Yo, so Ohio State just played on Saturday, and I'll give my little breakdown of what I thought of the game as soon as I get set up my camera. There we go. So, let's just say Ohio State, their decision making was hold on. I think at the end of the day, when I watched the game, it came down to the offensive line and the defense of Indiana's defensive line and Ohio State's offensive line. Because I feel like all year, Julian Saint has not been under pressure, and then Indiana got the pressure onto him. Saying there was questionable decisions that Ryan Day did, but I'm going to stand by what he did because I think he's the best coach in the country. Even though that's my biased opinion, being an Ohio State fan as myself, but there's probably a reason why he didn't elect to kick the ball on that 4th and 1 when we didn't convert on the 4th and 1. Because being an Ohio State kicker, you miss chip shots all the time. Because Jaden Fielding did that last year against Michigan. But like he smacked the game-sealing field goal against Notre Dame, which made no sense. The thing is too, Indiana's kicker also missed a field goal who was perfect on the year, and they got the announcer's jinx. I heard it. I was watching the game. He got the announcer's jinx. Apparently he was perfect on the year and he missed like a chip shot. So did Jaden Fielding. Which, if let's just say they both get the kicks, it's 16-16 and the game was in overtime. But if we can convert that 4th and 1 and just score a touchdown, then we're looking different. But that didn't happen. So I think it just came down to the offensive line, like I said, because they were getting fucking bullied. That right side of the line was getting bullied almost all game long, from what I was seeing. Because every time he got pressure, it was from that right side of the goddamn line. And then eventually, they got it. The pocket was moving. He was throwing on dots. But, that's going to... Offensive line is going to get beat eventually. But Indiana's defense and that scheme that threw at Julian Saint, whew, kudos to Indiana's DC. I forgot his name. But that was one hell of a game he called. One hell of a game. The only thing was, too, they could not get the run game going. I feel like just the run calls that we'd be calling, there's nothing ever going on the outside. It's always like a pulling guard going through the 3 or 4 gap, or the 3 gap or the 4 gap. It's always there. I think they need to get some little trickery on the run game, make it a little bit more dynamic. That's just because Bo Jackson is just one hell of a fucking football player. I thought it should have been starting at the beginning of the year, but that's just me. I'm not a head coach, but your name's Bo Jackson. I think you should be starting no matter what. But Lamar Bo Jackson. Yeah, but overall, it was a good game. I still think Ohio State's going to win the national championship at the end of the day. I think they're going to win it. But I think the only thing that it came down to was offensive execution. I felt just the play calling at times. I'm like, bro, why are we running this play when the run game's not going? Because I don't get why we try to run, but the run game is literally not working. I say we get a 5-yard game, play action that bitch. But I'm not an OC. I'm not Brian Hartline. But who knows what was going through his head and what he was seeing out there. Maybe he was seeing something that he can expose. Who knows? But and then there was times that Matt Patricia went man-to-man, which I think he shouldn't have gone man-to-man because he kept getting beat in man-to-man coverage. And we still decided to go man-to-man, which made no sense to me. Which I feel like he should have just went zone for a little bit because you got to pick apart the zone. show something, and then bail out of it and go zone defense. That's the way I would have called it, because every time we get beat man-to-man, for some reason we just stick to it and we keep getting beat in man-to-man coverage. I don't know why. Defense coordinators do that, but I'm not going to question Matt Patricia. Man's got 3 Super Bowl rings. I got 0, but that's just my opinion at the end of the day. But overall, Ohio State's going to win the national championship, baby. And that was the breakdown. We out.